What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. And today we have the August 2024 Tulsa International Airport news video for you all. I hope each and every one of you are excited for this today, as we have some really exciting news here at the Tulsa International Airport. We got some huge developments along with so much else to dive into in today's video. So without any further delay, everybody, let's go ahead and get started. Some of the biggest news from August 2024 here at the airport includes the hosting of the groundbreaking ceremony for the new Cinder James M. Inhofe Air Traffic Control Tower Complex. So this has been a project we've been following along for quite some time now, and it's a huge milestone today that it finally started its groundbreaking on August 1st, 2024. The current facility was opened in 1961. That is obviously really old, 63 years old. So it's time for a new air traffic control tower. You can kind of see the rendering there, and we'll take a little bit more of a detailed look at that momentarily. But it is a super exciting development here. This air traffic control tower is going to be over 250 feet tall, 257 feet to be particular, and that is over 100 feet taller than the current tower, which I think is around 140. So this is quite exciting, and it's going to have a 50-mile radius of the Tulsa International Airport in the surrounding areas. It's going to be great for all the passenger carriers, military, the private pilots, and all the other people that fly into the airport on a regular basis. So this site here in the middle of the airport will prove powerful, as it's a very safe location, and they were able to evaluate that all areas of the field were able to be adequately seen and plenty of action to be had there as well. So a bunch of guest speakers were there, 8 of them to be particular, as you can see the list here. It is quite awesome to see all these representatives here and various people that have various functions across the state of Oklahoma, along with obviously Tulsa International Airport. So what an exciting time this is right here with the various pieces to the puzzle. So here's a couple of quotes here. Feel free to read them, but it's definitely an exciting time here at the airport, and these are huge developments here at the airport, as it's quite an essential role to say the least. So the current timeline, it appears the construction will start this September, and then it will continue through October of 2026. I would also recommend just taking this with a little bit of a grain of salt. Unfortunately, due to controls outside of their factors outside of their control, these could get delayed some. But the current timeline is for the equipment to be installed from the FAA in the winter of 26, started with a operational start in spring of 27. So what a fantastic project this is. Over $100 million towards this project, $112 million and some additional change. It's definitely not change. It's a large amount of money, but obviously in this proportional sense, it's definitely just a little bit etched there at that point, but a huge amount of money. And here's the various funding sources. As you tell, it took quite the effort to get to this point, and thank goodness for a variety of grants and bipartisan bills, among other factors that got us to this point today. So what an exciting time. They have really needed the funding here to be able to move forward on this project, and it's been vital for the future. So let me go ahead and give you a brief look, if you haven't seen the render of what it looks like, as I know we get new viewers all the time. Profile TUL on the website, by the way, is absolutely fantastic, and it's a really good opportunity to learn about what all is going on. But here's the air traffic control tower complex. You can see here, this is the Lufthansa Technik hangar. The current tower stands around over here. So you can see it's this fantastic facility here in the middle. It's going to have this awesome ground level building as well for various offices and other such features that are needed. And you can see all the parking spaces followed by the actual ginormous tower itself. It is so huge compared to the previous rendition. And again, will be very safe here for the airport, as it's quite a large variety of, obviously acreage here on the field. So it's going to be awesome, and it's a very exciting time here to say the least. And here's some overview here of what's going on in the various pieces to the puzzle. And this hasn't been updated yet, by the way. So, and you can see here, it was supposed to, September 24 was the projected start. So this ended up working out well. So all is very exciting, and they're making really good progress. We'll show you some more here in a moment. As for nonstop destinations here at the Tulsa International Airport, we did have a major change for August 2024, and that's that Southwest Airlines began a second daily flight from Tulsa to the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. As we know, Southwest has been enhancing their lineup of services here at the Tulsa International Airport over the last several years, recently adding second daily flights to Las Vegas in late 2023, and our second daily flight for 2024 is Phoenix. So it's quite an exciting time. I'm very eager to see what 2025 is going to look like, as we'll talk about it throughout, but it's definitely an exciting thought of what we already know, plus a brand new announcement for them. So that's the tease for the next video of the news series, where we'll dive into that. So quite exciting, and there's still a bunch going on, but now we went from one daily flight in 2020 to now 4 daily flights to Phoenix. So safe to say that market share has went up dramatically, and it's really cool. Southwest hasn't flown double daily to Phoenix, I believe, since 2012. So definitely shows you how long it's been and what that market's turned back into for Southwest, on top of the competition from American too. So it's quite an exciting time there, and it's definitely super cool to say the least. We also reinstated our Houston George Bush mainline on United this month on a 737-700, which is fantastic and continues to file people to Houston for connections and the point-to-point traffic as well. Otherwise, as you can see, no major changes besides one new icon, and we'll talk about that in the next news video. Stay on the lookout for it, as it will be coming out very soon. I don't think there was any other major changes besides the Allegiant wrapping up their seasonal operations to Destin, Tampa for the year. They'll be back next May, so very excited for those. Otherwise, I believe the rest of the air service is about the same. I'm just kind of going through it here, but I'm not seeing any major changes to what we've talked about previously. So definitely very exciting, right? Excuse me, my goodness. Very exciting news right there. The August 2024 statistics are already out, so we kind of looked out with regards to getting those numbers in a reasonable amount of time. And Tulsa International Airport continued to exceed expectations with over 275,000 passengers for the month of August 2024. That is a 5.17% increase from August 2023. Huge numbers considering that back in 2019 we were below that. So really awesome that we are exceeding that, and very similar to 2018-2008 type numbers. So record breaking here at the airport. That puts us well over 2.1 million passengers for 2024 so far, 2.15 to be a little bit more particular. And again, it's a 5% increase in year to date, still 4.5% above. So with a big October and holiday season ahead, I think it is more than realistic to shoot for over 3.2 million passengers, and definitely the biggest year at the airport so far. So it's quite exciting. This was a little above what I expected. I was thinking that there was going to be a little bit more in the range of the closer to the 275,000 range, but an additional 4,000 nearly from what I was expecting. On top of that, you can also note that the deplanements are very similar, proportionally speaking, to August of 23. I think people leave for the summer and come back is kind of what it seems like, because the enplanements for May and June were very high, and as you can tell here, the deplanements were congruent for August and August 23 and 24. So I'm thinking that's kind of what's going on there. I don't exactly know, but if anybody does, feel free to let me know. But those numbers have finally evened out a little bit, and as you can tell, the deplanements are still higher here, but definitely exactly about what you would expect. So it's pretty congruent, and the numbers are higher. So that's the goal, and they're doing a really good job. And on top of this, another major observation to note is this is actually with less flights than what we had in August of 24 with regards to the air carrier traffic. As you can see here, in August of 23, we had nearly 3,600, and we had 3569, closer to 75. Whatever the case is, you can tell that's still less flights to be able to do 5% more passengers, 12,000, about 13,000, and still do it with the same amount of capacity is incredible. So crazy to think, and also different capacity aircraft as well. So definitely a huge testament to the airport for being this successful in this environment. So it's certainly a very exciting time. I do have a few pictures here to share from what I was able to capture through August of 24. We do have some new wayfinding signs up there for the arrivals and departure levels. So as you can see here, here's a taxiing load zone sign. I got a little bit closer up one here in a moment. There it is right there. So you can see the ride share pickup. So very cool to see these signs. They look really nice, and I think they contrast out pretty well during all times of the day. You can even see this one in the back a little bit there that says ride app, and it's illuminated. So yeah, some really helpful features there, and it's all looking pretty nice. So I think they've done a really good job on that. And for fun, I have the George Bush mainline right here on the 737-700. You can also see the A319 from Denver in the back. So great to see both of those, and we'll continue to evaluate the United mainline situation to Houston, whereas the service to Denver's been very consistent. So we'll continue to evaluate that as we move forward. And then we also have the Instagram updates, and as you can tell here, a few posts, especially later in the month, so that's pretty cool, including here's a really nice reel representing what would happen here with the groundbreaking for the tower. So great to see this here, and once again, the various speakers and all of what this meant for Tulsa International Airport. So no doubt a very exciting time here at the airport. As you can see, many attendees, and quite cool, and it's certainly a very exciting time. Here's a really good shot there of them digging right there, obviously kind of fake, but obviously this is the setup that they're going for. So regardless of the case, the project has started, and we'll take a look at it here momentarily. So it's very exciting, and glad they were able to give out a bunch of goodie bags, and all the rest that came with that. They also had an Aviation Day event. Unfortunately, I wasn't expecting it to be this day, so I wasn't there, so that was unfortunate, but still very cool that they were able to get that done, along with the other promotional videos that they had throughout on here as well. So that was absolutely fantastic, and WWE Plane 2 was very cool to say the least. And they also had some cool employee events. And then the revolving doors will also be going away soon for the future and to keep it as efficient as possible. So yeah, that is really the news here for August 2024. I really hope all of you enjoyed this. Again, very exciting times, and there's even more information in the airport update that I did for the month, so feel free to check it out. We'll be back for September very soon, as we had a bunch of really great news to cover, especially in the air service development category, with a bunch of new route development. So I really hope all of you are excited for it. It's a very exciting time here at Tulsa International Airport, and I'm super excited to cover it as we continue to move forward. That being said, that'll do for today's video. But thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love what you do? My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.